all true Lord of the Rings fans know, you gotta play the games. There's something nostalgic about looking up at a glowing cover of Return of the King on PlayStation 2, whilst making the face Frodo makes after he has just awoken from the moistest of dreams. I know I certainly have dreamt of good old Gandalf giving me that cheeky grin. But then you remember, there's more. The LEGO franchise, Two Towers, it all comes rushing back to you. This ain't a dream, this is now a goddamn fantasy. Countless sleepless nights, hours spent, your fingers intertwined with controller, pushing those buttons and caressing every combo ever so gently. You will never forget Lego Legolas throwing your hobbit ass across the snowdrifts. But wait, who's that? Conquest! Come here, you sexy bearded freak! Before anyone says anything, Archer is the best class and we all know it. Kaboom! We now got it online. We can all just fight orcs, smoke pipeweed, and roleplay some Hobbit on Hobbit cooking lessons. Yes, cooking lessons. Bing bong, Shadow of Mordor has walked in, and yes, ladies, he's packing. The blanket isn't just moist, it's bloody drenched. All the legendary titles in one room. Now this is what I call a perfect circle jerk. Smiles and satisfaction all round. 5-star review. And then... yikes. There's this guy. This annoying, clingy, good-for-nothing guy. Ugh. Who the f*** invited this guy? Look, in all honesty, it's not that bad. Lord of the Rings The Two Towers for the Game Boy Advance, some would argue, is probably one of the more revolutionary games for its time. It came after a lull in the genre of the ARPG. For those who aren't familiar with the ARPG, this is a genre that Blizzard has taken the mantle of for many, many years, particularly in that era with Diablo 1 and Diablo 2, and of course the expansions at the time being fairly popular. There was only a couple of games between Diablo 2 and Diablo 3 that really sort of helped fill that void for a lot of ARPG players. And I believe in the handheld genre, Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers is specifically one that would have done that. The game boasts obviously a single-player campaign, but there is a co-op option which is fairly interesting because I believe the game came out on multiple consoles, but the Game Boy Advance is the only one that actually had a multiplayer option. You get to choose between characters. Select your character. You will always select Legolas. And on that note, let me let this game speak for itself. Oh wow, look, a chest. Oh, gems. Oh, another chest. Gems. Oh, fuck, chest. Oh, no gems. Which bow is good? Which skill is good? What are these? How do I use them? What the? I don't know what buttons I'm pressing it. Oh, please tell me how to press buttons. In all seriousness, a lot of the time is spent just walking around the map, trying to figure out where to go. The biggest issue I have with this game is there is no mini-map, there is no world map. So a lot of the time you feel directionless. North, south, east, west, it doesn't really matter. You kind of have to run along the edges until you find the right little nook or cranny to get yourself into fighting, additional mobs or to the next area. I spent a solid 2 hours playing this game, and within 2 hours, I feel like I only made it to the second area. Perhaps it's something about older games that we just have an expectation that, they're to the caliber of newer ones. Fluid level design, game mechanics that make sense, an actual minimap. But it looks like this one is probably a bit of a relic for the ages. I do recommend it though. If you are a Lord of the Rings fan and you are an ARPG fan, pick it up, give it a go. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And on that note, pants out until next time.
Hold up.